All right, y'all. I see you. Are you ready for the ultimate metronome challenge? Yeah, you are. You are. Friends and neighbors, welcome back to the Brownstone. Hey, listen, if you caught the last video, you saw that I was speaking a little bit about playing to a metronome and some of the basic, most essential ideas that we need to implement in order to successfully execute any exercise related to the metronome. So in this lesson, I want to talk about the possibilities once you have that idea down. And this is going to be a very challenging exercise. So it might be for the more intermediate and professional players out there. But I think even if you're a beginner, I want you to check this out because you can see exactly how far you can go with playing to a metronome. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you just play to 4 beats or 2 beats to the bar. So here, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of ideas that on paper or in theory sound pretty simple, but when you take it to the bass, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a good challenge, and it's really going to sharpen your skill as far as getting into the groove. So let's get down. So I have Anna 1 set up at 80 BPM with beats 1 and 3 turned off. But check this out. Here's what I want to do. If I start Anna 1,
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's my groove. So what I want to do is, again, get the rhythm into the body, right? And you saw how I did that in the previous video. Did you? Maybe you didn't see the previous video. You should watch it after this. So here you can see I'm swaying back and forth to the groove. It's in the body now. I can speak to you. I can play along if I want. So now it's here. I feel it's ingrained. Here's where the challenge happens. Watch this. Now what I've done, the rhythm is still in the body, right? I can still sway back and forth. And now I'm only hearing beat 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? The reason why I got that right is because the rhythm is in the body. I know I keep stressing that, but it's the most important part of playing to a metronome if you're going to play accurately. 1, 2, 3. Right? So now that I've got that down, I can try to play just to that beat 4. Right? So let me get back. It's in the body again. So maybe I'll just want to play the quarter notes. Right? Now that's cool. That's cool and all. But watch what happens. I'm going to keep this going, and then I'm just going to forget about my concept of 1 or where anything is. Here's the challenge now. Hear that beat? I don't want to think of that as beat 4 anymore. I want to try something a little bit different. Watch what I do here. So I'm going to listen to that groove. I already know the tempo. I already know I'm going to be dealing with like 1, 2, 3. So if that is in my head, I know the tempo, then what if I were to move beat 4 to another place? What if I were to move beat 4, that click, back by an 8th note? How do I do that? I'll show you. So I'll hear where that click is. I know my tempo. And if I listen to where that click is, I can put it on the desired beat. In this case, I'm going to put that click that's on beat 4 and move it back to the end of 3. So how do we do that? Well, I think about where the click is, not in relation to the quarter note or anything. I just want to hear the space of that click. And then once I get that, if I'm putting that on the end of 3, then what I want to be able to do is start counting from the end of 3, that click, and then continue on so that this click is in a new place. Let me show you what I mean. 4, 4, 4 and 1, 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 2, 3, 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 4 and 1. Now you can see my body is moving back and forth and hearing this new click, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. Now check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So how about I just play beats 1 through 3? 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit behind. Oh, further back. There it is. Yeah. Now watch this. I'm going to play beats 1 and then the end of 2. And you'll hear this groove immediately. Check this out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, falling behind. There it is. Yeah. Rushing a bit. There it is. Yeah. Oh, rushing again. Oops, falling behind now. There it is. Yeah. So that's a very challenging exercise. But you can see what happened, like when I started playing the quarter note against that, when I started playing beats 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3, up to the end of 3, like right after, it had a certain feel to it. But once I switched to playing 1 and then the end of 1, all of a sudden it felt like, I don't know, it felt like a Motown groove to me. So again, the way I get to that place is by forgetting about the numbers and just hearing the pulse. Once I get an understanding of the pulse, just the pulse, then I can place the click wherever I want. So now let's say I wanted to do the same thing and, I don't know, put the click on the and of 2, right? So how do we do that? By choosing your desired beat. In this case, it's going to be the and of 2. And then once you hear that click, you start counting from that point. So if my click is going to be on the and of 2, then check this out. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. 1. 1. I don't even need to play. 1. 1. Yeah. 1. 1. 1. Right? That's all there is to it. With any of these new ideas, anything that you haven't played or tried before, listen, it's gonna suck for a while. It really is. But that's okay. Perseverance is key. If you can stick to it and get an understanding of how things work, you'll get it. The light bulb will go off and you'll understand exactly what it is that's happening. And not only that, but you'll be able to play along with these different grooves a lot easier. So try that. Have fun with these exercises, friends and neighbors. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. All the information, all the necessary information for whatever, likes, subscriptions, donations, all that stuff, that's going to be in the description box below. As always, I thank you for visiting me here in the Brownstone, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.